Right. Hi, my name is Moujan Moghimi, and I am a research intern for Women in Migration Network. I got to work with Women in Migration Network for this semester, which was a huge honor. So some of what I have learned, the two important takeaways I really had from this internship. One was just kind of, I think, the aspect of language. I know when I used to intern for a nonprofit called New Jersey Citizen Action, and what I learned from there was how to kind of switch between languages when you're speaking to like civil society and like the community versus when you're speaking to like government and lobbying. And so when I came here, I was like, okay, great, I already know that. But I think what I got even more was also learning how language is so precise and how even like the smallest change can create such huge ripples in terms of like policy and implementation. Like saying something is gender responsive versus saying something is gender sensitive. I feel like so many people, when you're not trained to see it that way, you can just overlook it. You can just say, oh, those mean the same thing, but you don't actually understand how it then affects people's daily lives and how it affects the policies that come out of it. And so I think it's made me a lot more analytical and a lot more critical of the language that I see. And I think another thing that this internship has really taught me is also like hope. I mean, obviously as a research intern, I got to learn a lot in general, but I think that in times like these, it's very hard to have hope that things can get better and that things can change. But for me, what I've found is that just being able to be part of the change, even if it's not always immediate success and even if it's not always easy, it still helps to know that despite how difficult it is, we can get through it together. And for what has been really memorable about this internship, I think really is the fact that I get to be surrounded by so many incredible, accomplished, like women and gender diverse people. Like one of my favorite memories that I will never forget is being able to interview so many women and gender diverse individuals and talking to them about their role and their career and how they have done the work in their organization. These are all people who have basically been in these roles for like 20 even more years, and they're just all so inspiring, and every single time I talk to them, I'm like, I want to be you in the future. And I think that's something that I'll never forget. And it also just it ignites in me like a passion of like, we can do this, like they've been doing this and we can continue doing this. And my second favorite memory that I will never forget, it's a little bittersweet, but I'm Iranian, and when the war between Iran, Israel, and the US first broke out, Women in Migration Network wrote a statement about it, and I was able to help in writing the statement, which meant a lot to me because I previously interned in Washington, D.C. In Congress, and while that internship was really incredible, at the time while I was interning, another conflict had broke out between Iran and Israel, where Israel was attacking Iran, and my entire office, despite knowing that I was Iranian, didn't talk to me about it. And instead, obviously, like I'm an intern, I don't get to have much policy influence, and so the office chose a statement that really went against my own beliefs, and it was really disappointing. Whereas in this internship, I was able to not only be surrounded by people who reached out to me, checked on me, who aligned with my own beliefs, but even gave me the chance to be part of the statement, which just meant so much to me, and it was a really incredible moment.
And what are some other projects that you were able to work on as a research intern? You can also talk about like speaking at a panel.
Yes, so a really incredible moment as well was it's just been so incredible to have like Ruler as our supervisor and to have her trust in us, and the fact that she trusted me to be a panelist. So we had a parallel event at the UN where we were launching our feminist migration policy agenda. And I got to be one of the panelists, and I got to speak directly about how LGBTQ migrants are being treated in the US. And it was really amazing to not only talk about something that I'm very passionate about, but then to also have the conversations afterwards where people were coming up to me and saying like, yes, this is something that I see even struggling in this community, and we would love to talk to you more about it. And I was like, I would love to.